afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1284th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni, and of course that would be me. Good evening, traders. This video coming to you on a Monday night, President's Day, for trading Tuesday, February 17th, 2015, maybe for trading Wednesday too, but this video is at least for trading Tuesday. We'll take it one day at a time. Traders, I've got a lot of things on the board, but of course I must advise and warn you that futures trading is extremely risky, absolutely causes substantial financial loss if done improperly, by accident, wrong stop, market just happens to take you out. It can be a serious blow to your personal economy these days. Make sure you put stops in. Always place your stops. Place your stops first. We know there's this rumor that stops don't always work, but you put your stop in, and in most occasions it'll knock you out of a bad trade. With this insane volatility, do not trade without stops. All right, so I feel I've given you enough scare tactic there. Let's go into the good stuff. Traders, on this day, on Monday, I've done some analysis, and it's left me with a bunch of interesting things I'd like to point out to you. First of all, we've got a neutral OMNI to start off, the Monday night into Tuesday all-day trading session. We are, however, going on the record with saying that we do expect to buy a dip before the day is over. So we're starting off neutral. As you can see, this way there is no question, especially from the loons out there. Starting off neutral, maybe later we buy. Just for the loons, you know what I mean? Yeah, let's let that hit home there. All right, so then we'll see what happens. Now, traders, what's on the board? Is King Dollar falling from grace? Ooh, I don't know. We got to look at the chart, but if it does, these other markets are going to just go ballistic. The grains, who knows how high they go if the dollar starts to come off. It'll be interesting. So, if the dollar is finally starting to fall from grace, technically we'll look at it. We'll figure it out together one day at a time, but I think we've got something going on. Gold is still being hunted by the OMNI on the downside. The hunt is on for the gold by OMNI. Indices have bested their triple top like OMNI told us it would. Blew through it. Looks fantastic. The markets are still looking good. Go OMNI on that call. Chart masterpiece does it once again. That was the chart I gave you in the last video. And just how big is this market, traders? We're going to start there. Ask yourselves this question. Run out and Google it if you want. How big do you think the U.S. market is? Just how big do you think it is? Sorry, wrong. It's way bigger than you just thought. Let me show you. That's what happened to me when I read the papers. I was like, what? How big is this thing? All right, so I'm not even going to get into much. I'm going to tell you this. There are thousands of registered funds. Then there are thousands of more funds that aren't even registered. This is only 86 of the thousands of funds that are in the U.S. market. Okay, only 86 of them. Vanguard, you know how much money Vanguard has in its fund? $2,343,000,000,000. Vanguard. The next one, I won't even mention the names. The next one's got $700 billion. The next one has $216.75 billion. The next one's got $80.79 billion. The next fund has $141 billion. 752 billions these are. 296, 392, 1,296 billion, 1,205 billion. Should I go on? This is only 86 of the funds that exist, of the thousands of funds that are in our market. Our market is bigger than the GNP of many nations grouped together on this planet, all rolled into one, sit next to the U.S. You probably couldn't even afford to be in the Vanguard fund. I mean, this market is tremendously huge, way bigger than any of you think. And that is why I'm here to always point out that something silly like a triple top that's this long could not stop the market that's this big. It's not going to stop with a teeny little triple top. It's not going to stop with a little teeny head and shoulders. It's not going to stop for the 75th time that someone calls the top once again. The Prechters of the world, all the people out there who go, Oscar, the top is in. It's not going to stop for you characters either. It will not stop until the market decides it's over. And until it decides it's over, you keep buying these dips and buy the dips and buy the dips. And when it's finally over, we'll do something about it like we did in 2007, 8, and 9. Don't you worry about that. Buy the dips until this comes to an end. All right, so just how big is the market? I don't even know if it can all be counted, but it is way bigger than any of us think it is. Traders, I'm going into the chart segment now. Is the dollar falling out of bed? Gold still hunted on the downside. Indices triple top has been bested. The chart masterpiece does it again. With no further ado, let's go look at some charts. Okay, traders, the first chart this evening is the dollar index daily bar chart. Is the almighty dollar starting to fall from grace? Well, I'm not saying it is for sure, but I am pointing out something that I'm following. Look at the wonderful channel. Look at what's happening now. Is this the first bear flag forming right here? And are we going to fill it in and then dump from there? It's below this right now, right? You got below this. It hasn't been able to do that for quite some time. It certainly is putting in what looks to be a bear flag. Then, of course, is this a big bull flag? And is that what we're looking at? So let's not go crazy here yet until it calls itself. But I say for day traders, we go with this one for now. And if this one turns out to be real, we'll deal with it down here somewhere at the bottom line. So that's what I'm looking at in the dollar. I am not calling for anything more than observation that it looks to me like it could be falling from grace. Keep your eyes open. Then there's this chart, traders. You got to give this chart a round of applause, right? My goodness, what a chart. I showed this to you in video after video after video and absolutely unequivocally promised that the OMNI would be right about a brief pullback before the rally comes. And I don't promise anything about winning trades, of course, but I promise that the OMNI had this formation pegged better than any of the masters who ever dreamed it up before OMNI looked at it. And I told you that they've got this wrong and OMNI's got this right. You will get a dip and then a rally. This is what happened. Brav effing O for my OMNI. I mean, really? Oh my God. So the triple top was taken out. Let's move on. And, you know, I said that because I cannot tell you all the resistance I get when I make these calls from many people out there that don't know how to read charts. So, of course, when I get a chance, I'm going to yell at some of you cats. That's the way this works. All right, traders. So, chart masterpiece. Once again, a round of applause because remember this chart. It's been shown to you many, many times. It holds the average here. It holds it here. It holds it here. It holds it here. And here. And here. And here. Slight breach. Gets above, holds it here. I put number 9 in front of you and said, don't you think it's going to hold right here? Isn't that what should happen? And look what we did. Furthermore, I also pointed out that after a hold, you get a new high, and then a hold, and then a new high, and then a hold, and then a new high, and then a hold, and a new high. And it just continues, right? You get a new high after every hold. And what happened here? Bingo! All-time new highs were made after the hold. That was a smack-on call, OMNIacs. That was brilliant from technical analysis. So this chart masterpiece is working well, and will it go all the way up? We'll find out one day at a time, but this chart once again kept us in line, and then let's move along and see what we get out of here. Nasdaq Weekly now. We're stepping this out to the weekly. Do you recall this flag I put in front of your eyes in many videos and said, do not be fooled by this down move right here because this is basically a big flag? And we could gyrate 300 points and still be inside the flag. You heard all this talk for weeks on end, right? Well, look what it did. My goodness, all the way up to here. Breaks out of the flag and does what a bull flag is supposed to do. Make a market go higher. Nasdaq Weekly looking fantastic. And then we've got this, traders. Very, very nice chart. We have been using this chart for weeks and weeks on end now. It has been very, very nice to us. Once again, we expect the gold to still work its way lower, whether it rallies a teeny bit first or not. We're expecting down, down, down for some time. Maybe down here, we'll see. One day, 1 week at a time. But that is what we're still going after in your gold chart. Traders, pull your own charts, do your own homework. Never accept anyone's opinion without doing your own homework first. So, traders, you've seen the chart. You've got my technical argument for why we've got, and especially for you traders with blinders on, why we say neutral to start off. We expect some sort of a dip, and then maybe buy the dip and end up with a green omni by the end of the day. Starting off neutral, we'll see where this goes. Traders, were those charts not fantastic? I mean, technical analysis has to be the best roadmap that's ever been invented for calling the next likely move to come in these markets. I would love for you to come on down to livewithoscar.com. Come into my free trading room where I can help show you how to read these charts, teach you my tips, tricks, and techniques. I've been in this business since early 1980s. I've been down on the trading floor in the back offices. I've been all over this industry, and I've got a lot of tips and tricks to teach you. Traders, if you like these videos, subscribe to me on YouTube. This way, each and every time I put out a video, YouTube sends you an email, and you know to watch the freshest videos because they are geared for what's going to happen very quickly after the video has been filmed. All right, traders, I'll see you at livewithoscar.com. Remember, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to help yourselves with that is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll, traders. I'll see you at the site. Remember, put your stops in or don't play this game. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.